guys.
Technical difficulties. If
We're
anyone came back.
We did have another person.
Nice.
But
Hopefully they
anyway,
come back.
so back to what we were talking about. But yeah, speaking as far as sex goes, when her and I finally did, that had been 7 months since the last time I had sex, which, I mean, that doesn't sound like that bad. But I was married and in a relationship for almost 8 years with the same person. And I can honestly say, I think the longest gap we ever went through was like 4 weeks without like having sex.
Yeah.
But I still had like the touch component, the cut, you know what I mean? Like I still had something in between that like I was fine with. And going through that period, like I was so focused on myself that I just didn't think about the extra stress that I was carrying. Like sexually speaking.
Yeah.
I am actually I don't really I don't please myself as much as I should.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But that should definitely be a part of normal
Like that's
life.
just I don't think about that.
Going, oh, time to go to bed.
I know. For whatever reason, it's something I don't think about until I really think about it. And when I really think about it, it's like it's all that's in my head.
Yeah, it's already too late at that point.
It's just like I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's like almost overwhelming to the point. It's like it's really weird. It hits me when I'm depressed the most.
Yeah.
When I'm super depressed is when it hits me. And I don't even know why. Like when I feel really lonely or really rejected or something along those lines, it's like it takes me over entirely. Almost. Like I can't escape it.
I feel like that goes to the conversation.
And it's like, yeah.
Because she and I talked about and there's different ways to associate sex with self-worth. And people, very least for men, don't think about that very often.
No.
But that's the same thing for men. You know what I mean? Like, I had many instances where I did things or I'd act in certain ways, but it was never truly because of like a me kind of thing. It was I have to make sure to satiate this person kind of thing, you know what I mean? Or they'll get satiated somewhere else kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I always attached my self-worth to it. So I feel like that could be a big part of that is when you're down and depressed and you're feeling lonely, it's like an immediate boost of self-worth. You know what I mean? When you sleep with somebody, it's like a dose of
It is.
yeah. And
It's like I did that thing.
yeah.
Like without even meaning a fucking thing. Like it just to you it does.
Yeah.
In that moment. It really does. Like it gives you that like kind of ego boost you need. And
And that connection.
and you're just like, I really need that right now. I don't want this to go anywhere.
Yeah. And I feel like if you do give too much of
And
your
it
self-worth to
overpowers
that,
you.
that's what happens.
It overpowers you.
Yeah.
Like it just overpowered me.
And I get that. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but I feel like that's just where it comes from. It's a self-worth thing. You gotta really continuously keep on that journey to. I mean, like I feel like in your head you're getting that
It
you're
just
a
makes
good
me
guy,
feel like I'm terrible.
but not there.
No, it makes me feel like I'm fucking horrible.
Well, I mean, when
And I don't mean for it to happen at
Well,
all.
yeah.
I really don't. It's something that I logically feel like I have to think about at a certain point. But logic also gets really skewed when you really want something or desire something.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what do I do? And you think about all available options. And if you don't have many options, you do dumb shit.
Yeah. But that's
Because I don't set myself up for that.
you basically just described an addict trying to get a fix.
That's how I feel. And it feels terrible. I hate it.
But see, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that you're actually an addict to it.
I'm not.
I think it's that.
It's that
a
I'm so
dose
used
of-
to it being something that's just a regular part of my life anyway. But it's not anymore. And it hasn't been for a really long time. And I'm
still struggling.
It's either I have it or I don't. And because that's been my experience since my divorce, it's like I have no happy middle when it comes to that specifically. Like
Yeah.
I don't. I want it, and there's specific people I want it from.
Yeah. And yeah, if you're walking through a desert and you see a puddle of water, you're not gonna be like, finally my mouth is you're gonna chug as much water as humanly possible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like if
I
that
get
puddle's
that.
still there when I'm done drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
just. But it's like even though you know the hole's fucking empty, you're still gonna try anyway.
Yeah.
Why? No logic behind it. Digging deeper is not going to create more water.
But now that you're more aware about it, you know what I'm saying? When the situations start happening.
I've already been addressing it. Already been.
Good.
I just still have no idea what the solution is.
Have you talked about any of this with your therapist?
I'm meeting with her Sunday.
So you're gonna talk about it, but you haven't talked about any of it before?
I haven't. The last thing she heard was my relationship's going great.
Damn, how often do you guys meet?
Once every 6 weeks. I can't afford to be with her that much.
Oh yeah, insurance. But I thought your
My insurance doesn't cover mental health conditions because it's private.
What? That's insane. Mine, we have a specific service you can even do
Because
24/7.
it's employer. Because it's employer based. This is private. I had to purchase it myself. In private, don't give a fuck about mental health. They don't cover it.
But I thought you were only on the private until you got onto the job one.
That's still only for a couple months. Doesn't cover me now. Like I just heard that schedule beginning of October.
Yeah, but isn't it 90 days? 3 months?
We're still 5 weeks into 3 months for full time. Or 6 weeks? 6 weeks. That one.
6 weeks until you get your benefits from them?
I'm 6 weeks into the next 90 days. I'm projected to have benefits by January.
Gotcha.
Possibly February. It depends. But my hours will go up when I go in between. Because the last week of the semester is, I want to say the week of the 14th. I know that. Of December. And then I won't have class again until January 21st.
That's crazy that private insurance doesn't cover mental health stuff at all.
Nope. Because it's self-paid. Self-paid, no enrollment period. You just sign and start paying.
Oh, so is it just like a selection thing? Do you not select mental health as like one of the things you wanted? Or?
No, it's just they do not offer it private.
That's so stupid.
They are required to by law for employers, insurance, to offer mental health coverage. But when it comes to private, they are not required by law.
I've had a couple jobs that
So they will
encourage
not,
private.
period. Which is bullshit,
That's
in my
wild.
opinion. Because mental health, I having experienced mental health issues myself, is far more serious than the American government and medical society has been willing to shed light on. And I'm annoyed by that because mental health to me is so much now of my life.
Yeah,
in
especially
a large way.
especially because our generation's living through a catastrophic thing one after another. We've lived through
why is it that our generation has so many ADHD fuckers?
because when we were little kids, 9/11 was one of the first things we were ever introduced to. Like, oh, school's fun. What?
Because just like within the same day, I could feel like a totally bipolar or schizophrenic person because of how extreme my emotions will just go from one end to the other.
That's why I got on the medications I did.
But I don't want to have to be medicated for the rest of my life. Like,
You don't have to be medicated for the rest of your life. I don't plan on being on these forever. Once my life itself is in a better, more stable spot, I'll be able to start getting off.
But my point is this: just in September, I was totally content with myself. Completely. You bear witness to how positive, how happy I was.
No, I know. And then you got a little bit of that attention.
I got derailed.
Yeah.
Completely fucking derailed. And then hopped right back on the tracks. This month, hopped right back on. I hopped back on, but I didn't realize all the gaps and the fires that were waiting for me.
Yeah.
I just ran through them. I didn't run through them pretty, but I ran through them.
I know we're speaking lots of vagues in this episode.
Look, guys, I'm going to be real with you. My ex and I broke up a few weeks ago, right? Initially, I asked her if she wanted to be casual. She said no. A weekish so later, I asked my ex's best friend, can you ask her if she's cool with something casual? Don't mention me. I was obviously mentioned. But when I asked, I was in a really fucked up headspace. I had time to stop it. I didn't. Because ultimately, I trusted that the best friend was going to try to keep the peace for exterior reasons. And I'm not blaming her in any way, but it did exactly what I thought would happen, which is cause a problem. I wasn't intending for a problem because at the end of the day, I was still intending to reach out as a friend.
Yeah, I mean, nobody.
When my head was clearer, which is what I did, and that backfired because of said incident. But all of it leads to the mistake of me even reaching out to ask in the first place, and I know that. But I got really defensive when I was called out for it. So I was mad because I felt like my feelings were not accounted for in any way, shape, or form. And I got very defensive over that.
Yeah, I just had told him, I was like, you should have known because they're best friends, and she literally she breaks if you sneeze at her wrong. So literally she's like did Will, and
I thought she would think about her wedding before anything else. Think about keeping the peace and not making anything fucking awkward.
She would think about it, but she would want to do that and not be able to because she's already on the spot. She's gonna break. Well,
bro, she's Italian. She can keep her mouth shut. Don't even.
Mm-mm.
We're fucking Italian. Like, we can fucking...
Not this family.
We can turn it off, bro.
Not this family. This Italian family, we know everything about everybody in
God
every
fucking
state.
damn it.
It's crazy. But...
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
My family, we could...
not them.
Bro, we can hone it in.
Yeah, but so your dad was in the life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I was raised that way.
They are not in the life. You know what I'm saying? Like they, yeah.
Dad keeps prisoners in prison.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, like that. Yeah, they weren't raised in any kind
But
of.
either way, like, had that not happened, I could have still maintained. We didn't need to be best friends. We didn't need to be that at all. Not at all. But at least be more than cordial.
Yeah. Yeah.
That keeps ringing through my head. She's like, I hope we can be cordial. And I'm like, girl, you next time you see me, you about to realize what it feels like to not exist. Like, you really don't understand how you treating me, like, because you know how my brain works.
I do.
When I feel that put away by someone, you don't exist anymore. I'll acknowledge you, sure, but you don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
When I get treated a certain way, because I've never come off as anything less than who I am. I can't do that to myself anymore. I'm gonna be my full self. I'm gonna give you my ugly side first. Why? Because you need to know what the fuck you're getting into.
That's for sure.
As great as I am, as many benefits as comes with me being in your life, you need to understand that I also have a very human side. You also need to understand that I come with dirt and darkness and fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's perfect. Everyone comes with baggage.
Exactly my point. And I was fully willing to be that for someone else. But that someone else decided the second things got slightly illegal, I'm backing out. You're not worth it. Go back to the curb where you belong. That's what it was. No matter how you want to cut it, that is exactly what happened.
No, it's not. It's honestly, it's because she just didn't realize that how unready she was. So I mean, you were
But
ready.
that's how it made me feel.
You were ready and gung ho, and she was like, "Oh my God, this is what it's like to be a girlfriend." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to be able to realize that too, because she's at the bar every night. She gets, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're still going to shows, going to the bar,
that was concerning as hell.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I didn't say anything.
Okay,
I didn't.
But even if you didn't, whether you said anything or not, you see that's the type of person she is. Does that seem like somebody who's going to be a stable relationship girlfriend?
Not in that moment. Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. And
but I thought it was just like, hey, she's going through a binge because I don't know.
No,
because dude,
But that's what I'm saying. Is
I've gone through moments where like for like a 4-week span, I'll go to the bar like 4 times, maybe 5 times in a 4 weeks, which is a lot for me. Going to the bar, fucking all, because at this point it's been
but I mean
4
like,
weeks.
But I mean, you still
Halloween.
You could have you could have seen
3
it.
weeks.
You know what I mean? Like, and we told you she was like that. Like she's always out and about. Like somebody who's always at a concert, always going to the movies, always going to a bar. Like somebody
I know, but she had my big too.
What? I'm confused.
She was hot and willing.
Oh. Terrible. But yes, so at that base, I just wanted to get at that was distracting. You know what I mean? Like, you know who you are, but that's distracting. Right? Anybody who's thirsty, if they are given water, they're gonna chug. That's all I'm saying.
She was hot. She was willing, bro.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so sorry for anyone that had to hear that.
But that's but that's the thing. You say that now, but it's when it was happening, you were super invested. But that's the thing is you were also going along like you were like, yeah, let's go party,
because
and you
I
were
thought she
tired
was
as
more.
hell.
So,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
oh my god, I passed out at your house, bro.
So yeah, so you could see, you know what I'm saying? Like not only could you see that was she lived that lifestyle,
And
you
John
were
was accusing me of doing blow that night
you were
too, and I
actively
was like, dude, what the
participating.
fuck? He accused me of doing blow because I was in the bathroom for like,
Yeah,
I have prostate issues,
yeah.
and it took me like a few minutes to get it out.
Hmm.
And as soon as I got out, he was waiting for me outside the stall, straight up waiting for me outside the stall. And I was like, oh, hey, dude. And he was like, you doing blow in there? And I was like, no. I was like, I fucking wish, but no, not tonight, dude. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, are you sure, man? Like, it sounded like you were sniffing. I was like, I was trying to take a piss. It took me a while. Like, you don't understand. Like, I have prostate issues. And he was like, oh, okay. And then we were walking back to the fucking bar, and I was like, bitch, I'm getting a sandwich. This alcohol is too hard. I had 2 beers and a shot. And I was getting hit like I had 7 drinks.
Weird.
And I was like,
well, it's probably from all the exhaustion.
I didn't eat the entire fucking day. Like, as soon as I got, because it was my day of school, work, school. So I got out at 8 o'clock after starting my day at 7.
And did you pound those drinks into the empty stomach?
No. I drank them pretty casually. We played a few games of pool, but I had an empty stomach, dude. Like,
I do that all the time, though. I drink on an empty stomach all the time.
The last beer, shot, and then beer. Yeah, I did kind of drink it pretty fast.
It's just the cheapest way to get buzzed.
That was the first way I had to go pee. I went pee. It was more than a buzz, dude. Like, it was hitting me hard when I was going back to the bar. That's why I was like, yo, I need to eat.
Oh, wait, was that right after your break?
It was Halloween night, your party.
So that wasn't after the alcohol
It
break.
was before your party. Like, we were at Stoney's. Mm-hmm. We were at Stoney's at this time. Like, I fucking literally, I had 3 beers total and a shot while I was there.
But see, that also goes right back to it. Because our party, we're like, hey, we're starting at 8 or 9. You guys got here at 10:30 because you had another event to go to.
No, because here's the thing.
My God.
I told Lena.
This time I'm just gonna leave it and hopefully.
I told. Oh.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to. Beep. I had told her I was planning to go straight to your party. And she said, when we had spoken earlier, or the day before, we were just going to meet at the party.
Mm-hmm.
But night of, she just said, oh, Izzy's doing a fucking costume contest at Stoney's. And I was like, oh, okay. I was planning to go straight to Jason's and Sarah's.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to meet at any point? Or did you want to meet at the party?
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of drunk when she called me, and that concerned me. So I was like, hey, how about I just pick you up from, or we just meet at your house or something, and then I can drive you around for the night.
No, I get that, but that's what I'm saying is that was another time of a red flag. Well, not necessarily a red flag, but a sign that.
I guess she told me drunk driving was a problem for her, and then
you
she
guys
really
are
did it that night. What?
I said that should have been a sign that you guys were going to be copacetic and have like a real relationship. I mean, a real relationship, you're at
like
home
that
most
just
of the
popped
time
up
because bills and life.
Yeah, dude, I work. That's what I do for a living. I work, I go to school, and then I go to the gym, and then I hang out with you on Friday nights. Like that is my usual gig.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a stable, living human being, not somebody who's like still in a party phase.
Yeah, I'm not in a party phase.
I know.
I was just trying to keep up with her because that was the only opportunities I had to get like time with her.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
And I didn't even understand what happened because like the first, like after the week we became a thing, that entire week she was coming to me. Like she was meeting me halfway, fucking working out a schedule with me, and then all of a sudden I was too much of a stress, so I decided to go, hey, do what you got to do. Make time for me when you can. I don't expect you to be in touch with me every second of the day. Like I don't need that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's too much stress. Like, just get with me when you can. Let me know when you want to meet up. We'll make our plans. Things are going to get better over time. I'm good. That's how I treated it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why would you treat it? You're actively saying that she's a free spirit. If you know what I'm saying. If you're
I
trying to
was
settle
trying
down,
not to. I was trying not to make her feel. I was trying to take pressure off that she was putting on herself.
I get that. What I'm saying is,
Right.
why did you in that moment not realize? Wait a minute, this is probably not going to work.
Because I wanted it.
But and part of that, I mean, it comes down to that, not just the sex, of course, but it comes down to.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't just about that.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is it comes down to
I legitimately.
that touch, that cuddle, that connection, the sex, all that stuff. When you don't realize that you need it,
It's all.
and then you get a drop of it, like we were saying. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't even realize that you
Just
need it,
even the thought of being able to have that time later was enough. Like whether or not it was guaranteed to happen, the thought of it made me feel okay.
Yeah.
Doing these things, but then the last couple weeks, I never even got that time. I just kept going. Oh, next time. Oh, next time. Oh, next time. I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep showing up.
But that's what it comes back to. Why didn't you each time, instead of saying I'm gonna show up, why didn't it come back to? Damn, maybe this is not maybe this isn't good for me. Maybe this isn't good for her. Maybe this isn't going to work. You know what I mean? Like each one of those
Because I was pushing those thoughts out.
But
those thoughts immediately.
But you got to remember not to push thoughts out, because I mean there are bad thoughts that come up, but you got to remember, you know what I mean? Like you have instincts for a reason. Your instincts are here to protect you and to have your back. And people push them away and ignore them too much. You know what I mean? And it's because we convince ourselves of other things, and we for our own value, we gotta try and see things for what they are more often, and go, listen to your gut a little bit. Because like my dad, you know what I'm saying? Like he had some gut feeling times with all the stuff he's going through right now, but he didn't, he was like, I love her, she'll mature, she'll do this, and he kept pushing through, and he's going through some horrific crap right now. She's just the stuff that my dad's going through right now is horrific, and a lot of that comes that he wasn't listening to his internal self trying to protect himself. People forget that, like that, and you know what I'm saying, like that those instincts, that they are there to help protect you. Your gut has synapses just like your brain does. So literally, when you get those feelings in your gut, there's usually something, something there. It's there to protect you. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like being more honest with yourself, like, because you're going to actually listen to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to push those little voices out.
I don't.
But I know, but that's what I'm saying. By identifying that is how you work on it. You're like, maybe I should try and listen to those little voices more often. Maybe they'll help protect me.
If I'd listened to myself, I wouldn't have been in a relationship to begin with.
And then everything would have been completely avoided, and you would have never gotten off your train.
But I did anyway.
No one, like we talked about earlier, no one's perfect. That's
I had a temple. I had a fucking temple that I let crumble.
No, I don't think they let it crumble.
But I didn't tell anybody.
I think you just left the temple abandoned. You just got to go back and give her a shine up.
No,
Relight the candles. See, there you go. Just stay on that path. Clean the temple back up. Good.
after that happened last week. I thought about it a lot, and I think that's why I reached out because I felt guilty, and I just wanted her to know that I was okay, and then I wanted to know that she was okay. But then she treated me like an asshole, and now I'm pissed at her.
Yeah, I get that. But
And I don't blame her for being upset, but at the same time, I'm a reasonable person. You can just talk to me about shit, even if it's something I fucked up on. Like, you can just talk to me, and I will own up to it. I still did own up to it. I didn't avoid it in any way, shape, or form, but I still deserve a certain amount of respect when I've never presented myself as anything more than sincere and real and genuine.
yeah, but I mean, we talked
I've
about it.
shown up
The,
even when I
the
shouldn't
lie.
have.
You can't.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It does not.
It does. As soon as whenever you start lying, you
Lying
are.
about what? What did I lie about?
Hey, sorry. I'm hitting you up now because I've been busy and such and such. But you hit Sarah up during that time, correct? For what? So you told her that you were busy, making it sound like you were so busy that whole time. That's why you haven't texted her. But
Sarah
you
told me
text her.
not to. That's why I would have texted her before Sarah even talked to her about
Yeah,
it.
but Sarah meant like permanently, like not just right then. But by you saying that.
No, she said, hold off until I talk to her, is what she said.
Oh, well, yes, she definitely meant it. See, this
No.
is, I'm telling you, I love
I have
Sarah.
messages, bro.
Okay.
That's like,
I promise you that's not what she meant. She's probably just saying to be nice. Sarah doesn't like confrontation. Sarah didn't want to be in the middle of any of this.
I get
that's
it.
why she came yelling at me. She doesn't want to be a part of this, so she's not going to say what she's really thinking and feeling because she's just feeling attacked from all corners. She's like, I don't want to be a part of this. I believe you. When she gets home, we can ask her to her face.
I'm giving you the fucking...
Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah, I get it.
That's what I'm saying. With me telling her to say exactly what she means, she'll say it.
Because I said...
But that's what I'm saying. This whole thing stems from no one wants to be the guy that has to be told no twice. That's why we're saying no, because that puts a connotation on you, and then it just pushes it further when you keep going. That's the point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get you. When we talk about, I'm like, I promise you, it's not like some horny
No,
devil. You know what I'm saying? Like
because it's not like
that's
that
not who you
either.
are. I know, and I've explained that. You know what I'm saying? I trust me. I've told them this. I know where it's coming from.
They just don't know who I am.
I know, but even though I know where it
just
comes
sucks,
from.
but it can take you over.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where it
Even
comes
if it's
from.
only for
it
a
doesn't
day,
make it
2
right.
days. No, it doesn't make it right at all.
But that's
And
what
I'm not trying to justify
Oh no,
it
I know.
in any goddamn way.
No,
I
I know.
hate that I did it, and I'm like, dude, this is like 19-year-old me.
No, I
all
know.
over again.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Because since it doesn't make it right, that's why the connotation's still there. That's all I'm saying.
I get it, and I fully understand where she's even coming from as far as being upset. Even Sarah, like, I understand why she was upset.
Yeah, but
I fully get it.
But I
Trust
promise
me.
you, I was upset with her the same thing. Because just how I was upset with you for saying, "Oh yeah, I've been busy," but you actually text Sarah. I was fuming with her when she told you that she wasn't feeling like texting, and she was texting Sarah. I was fucking livid. That's lying by omission. I don't care who you are. That's lying by omission.
No, she said she didn't want to talk for the night.
I know, and she was texting Sarah that whole night.
All I asked for was like a few minutes on the phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because I wanted to make sure she was okay. Because I felt bad that I didn't drive her home because I passed out. Because I was supposed to drive her home. And I felt really fucking bad. I thought she was mad at me over that.
No, I know.
But then when I heard she was mad over blow, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean? Like, I didn't even do blow. I didn't do anything that night. The last time I did anything like that was with her a few weeks prior to that.
She was. It's not that she wasn't. She was mad about Blow. She was concerned. She was like, "Holy shit! I think Will has a problem." Not like a, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's so weird.
I'm not saying she said that. I'm saying like the way
we
she's
had
like
a full
concerned.
conversation though. It was so weird.
But see, and that was another.
But we hadn't done anything since.
But see, and that was another contention.
And I sure should have hadn't bought any.
Yeah, but that was
or
another
done
contention
anything like
of mine
that.
too. Is I was upset with that because you and her had the discussion. You and her had the discussion about the other thing too. When you talk with somebody and you make,
when you have the talk.
That's my point.
You've apologized. You've owned up to it.
They talked about it. Everything was correlated to him.
Because
yeah, we're good. We talked about it.
Hold on. Before we ever even started doing it together, I even warned her. I said, when I start doing it, I can't stop.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have a gauge for that when I'm on it.
I know. But
when I'm not on it, gauge is there fully.
Yeah, but I mean, of course,
but
when I see it, it's a little concerning.
When I break that gauge, there is no gauge after it.
I know.
It's gone. It's gone. But do you know why? It's because if I buy something like that, I want it gone that night.
I know.
Do you know why?
Yes.
I don't want to form a habit. I don't want to do that same bag for the next 5-6 days and be miserable for 5 or 6 days. I'd rather be miserable for one day and then live the rest of my week totally normal. Like, I'm good.
I get that. But
you don't form a habit.
Since you guys talked about it and it was understood.
I explained all of this.
Well, I know. But okay, so
but she still acted like it was like discovering fire.
Well, so what, there is definitely a difference of letting somebody know, like, hey, this is how I am, and seeing it. You know what I mean? Especially because you're a big guy. Like when when it comes to drinking, if you're like, hey, I go ham.
I was like, bro.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
I can't tell you how much I explain this.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm so blunt. You know that
the communication wasn't 100% across, like always there, because you guys understood. You talked about it, and you were on the understanding that everything was cool because you guys talked about it. You're like, I won't do it again. This kind of thing.
Never even mentioned
and it stayed as an issue. Exactly.
But it was never mentioned again.
That's what I'm saying. Is that it stayed an issue on that half, not yours.
But how?
And that's the same thing.
That's not my fault in any way.
That's lying by admission. I know. This is what I'm saying. It's this whole time.
It's like, just tell me what you want from me, and I'll fucking do it. Like bro.
But that's the problem.
I can't.
Is why? Because I'm saying there's lying by admission. There's not clarity.
You're right.
You're two completely separate people.
It's still lying.
Where was anybody not paying attention that this should not work? This isn't going to work. Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Like, why do I keep being allowed to be treated this way? Because
well, I mean, there's no one that allows anybody to treat.
It's like it was short, but it was not great. Great for a couple weeks.
But that's what I'm saying. Is because so much got invested into shit so quick. It was.
I just didn't understand what happened.
That's what I'm saying. All of this transpired within a month. That's so fast for all this drama, all this care. You know what I'm saying?
We did it for 6 weeks total.
Okay, sorry. Two additional weeks. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is for that long, like you know what I'm saying? That when you date and know somebody that long or whatever.
I know. To me, it's a big deal because the relationship before that was 4 weeks. The relationship before that was actually that was Brittany. No, that was a few months, but no.
But see, that's what I'm saying. There's signs right there.
No.
If
I was totally fine with that going.
Oh, I know.
Didn't care.
I know.
She could have slept with someone the same night we broke up, and I would have been fine with it. like it was that bad for me at that time. But I mentally I knew I was like, I'm not the place for this.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you're bringing to me, like, no. With her, that's how it felt, and that's why I was actually genuinely happy for her being with the guy she's with now. Like, I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
It's great. No, Andrew's great. I fucking love that guy. Andrew, if you ever end up seeing this,
he'll never watch this.
You're fucking great. But anyway,
yeah, Andrew's cool.
But yeah, and then I dated that escort. No,
Sex therapist?
No, the Israeli girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dated her for a little bit. That didn't last long. We didn't even technically go on a date, actually. She just kept inviting me to her house, and I just kept going. I was her trainer. I was her personal trainer. And I just kept going to her house, and yeah, it was really weird. Her friends called her out one night. They met me because she had been telling them about me, apparently. I didn't know any of this. I got there, and they all knew who I was. I didn't know any of them. It was really fucking weird. And they called her out in front of me. And they were like, so, have y'all slept together? And I was like, huh? Why are you asking this question? like that was my thought. I was like, why are you asking this question?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, this is the third date. I was just like, I just looked at her. I was like, I am not answering this fucking question.
Just walk out.
I don't know what you want from me. Like, yeah. So she ended up being just as fucking quiet and awkward. And I was like, oh, great. Wonderful. Thank you so much for leaving me stranded on this one. Like, bro.
You're like, hey, here's under the bus.
I was like, I can't speak on her behalf. That's where I stood. And then we ended up playing a game inside.
Okay. Since that thing's up there, I wanted to make sure that it was still on.
But yeah, anyway, so after we got through that awkward moment, we didn't hang out again after that.
Yeah, that would be awkward and kind of ruin it for most people.
Oh, we hung out all night. I got really close to her friends, and then she just was like, I'm not ready. And then the last chick, I'm not ready. And then this chick, I'm not ready.
Yeah, but you also have to be able to look and.
It's just, I don't understand why this keeps happening.
But you
the
have
same thing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, and then fucking Luna.
But you have to be like pay attention to be able to tell if somebody's not ready.
That, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
technically 4. Well, but I never met her. Laura.
oh yeah, that
Lauren.
weird.
Laura? Lauren?
I don't.
What the fuck is her name?
I know. When people don't go by actual names on social
Laura.
media anymore.
Her name is Laura. Laura fucking.
Don't be throwing full names on the fucking podcast.
She knows her name. Anyway.
Yeah, but other people don't. So
she ain't gonna watch this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Other people might. You're telling them which Laura to reach out to.
You're right.
All right. So yeah, so you can't tame free spirits. You gotta let people be themselves. You gotta identify your own self-worth.
That was the weirdest one, though, bro. That was the weirdest one.
Yeah.
That woman dedicated so many hours to talking to me that I was just like not even ready for.
And then just vanishes.
And just ghost. Straight ghost. I don't even know what happened. I legitimately thought something like an accident, like she was in the hospital type shit happened to her. Nope. She just blocked me. I don't even know what happened. It was very weird. Then dated Morgan.
Well, good job. You.
What?
Max knows exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks for joining, Max. Sorry, I didn't have the comments up this time because nobody's actually been talking to us. So.
Does he know who I am?
I'm assuming so. Oh no, okay, I'm okay. He said you didn't remember her name at first. Okay, I thought you were saying you knew her. Okay, we're good. No,
Oh
yeah,
no, I know her name.
yeah, but she goes by like a pseudonym. You know what I mean? Like
Luna.
yeah,
She likes to go by Luna.
she's one of those people who doesn't use her real name on
Currently,
her. Yeah.
she used to go by Laura.
Why do people not do that? Like, I'm looking for Will Dahlia.
I've
I'm not
transformed
looking.
into a different person.
Yeah, I'm not looking for Starflower Sunbeam. God. Let me see Starflower Sunbeam on your driver's license. Idiot. So that's my gripe. But,
My name was Waka Flocka Flame.
Imagine if Wiz Khalifa's driver's license said Wiz, last name Khalifa.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would love that. Wiz! Show us your ID.
Gender, cannabis. When you're rich like that, I'm sure you can change whatever the hell you want.
They/them.
Hey, Sebastian, I appreciate you coming.
What up, dude?
Hell yeah. So yeah, there's quite a bit of podcasts to go back through. I don't know if you just joined. No one ever actually like comments with us. So this is the one time I haven't had the chat open until now. So my bad. But yeah, I don't know how long you've been here, but I appreciate y'all coming. We obviously been on some real shizzies tonight. But I'm not sure if you saw either. For some reason, our podcast stopped. We have some kind of error message, and yeah, so this is part 2 of the same podcast. But that trouble signal's up here still, anyways. So I'm just not touching it, so we don't end it again and have to make a part 3 just to say goodbye. That would suck.
I'm breathing.
So yeah, but yeah, so that really kind of comes back to the main topic though of nobody ever thinks about like men can associate or put too much in their self-worth with sex or connection. You know what I mean? Like people don't ever think about that stuff
without
guys.
realizing it, for sure. Because to me, it's... Dude, when it hit me last week, like, I can't even tell you, bro. Like, how low I felt.
I get you. But, I mean, everyone's human. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never do anything like this.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the extenuating circumstances of since you had been building that temple on your own for so long that
I was used to just building it on my own, but didn't realize how badly I just wanted someone there.
Yeah, you forgot how much you needed connection and intimacy, I guess you could say. So when you got it,
too much,
you became like a tweak fiend.
it was
that
like,
was-
I can't get enough.
Yeah, there was like that first rock one, like, hey
can't
kid, you want to try a
get
little rock?
enough.
Yeah.
And I was willing to do whatever it took to keep it around for as long as possible, and it wasn't even that long.
I don't know if you could mime smoke and tweak on
It
YouTube,
wasn't
but
even fucking long enough for it to be anything worthwhile. And I felt like I put so much into that.
exactly, like, yeah, why would you put so much and
And I'm just like, why didn't they work harder? Like, after everything I went through, everything I tried to do better than I did previously in relationships. You know,
but that's what you have
I
to
communicated better. I supported better. I was there
Yeah, but that's
when
what
I
I'm
probably
saying.
shouldn't have.
You had to be able to look at your eyes. I mean, she's a super free spirit. She likes to do things and be out
There's
having
nothing
fun.
wrong with that, but there's also a difference between when you constantly complain about responsibilities that you're fucking ignoring, and then you still proceed to do exactly that. It kind of gets to a point where it's like, are you not fucking seeing what I'm seeing? Or,
But that's what I'm saying. It's
like, I'm still going to go with it in the moment because I want it.
exactly.
And I don't want to make you feel like I'm judging you or judging anything for that matter. I figure I give that time. Like, hey, maybe this is just the
Yeah, I'm not judging her. I'm just saying you have
I'm
to.
saying maybe this is because you know me. Like, there's times where in a few weeks span, I'll go to the bar a few, like 3, maybe 4 times. Gamble money, I should, right? You've seen me do this before.
Yeah, it's a lot though.
Not that often. Yeah, you're probably right. Like twice in a month is more realistically me.
Yeah, that's good. Twice a month is good.
I haven't done that since, well, when we were dating, I did do that a few times. But before that, I'd only done that
Damn, I'm
twice.
sorry you joined right before it stopped, but I appreciate you coming back for the second half, Max.
Thanks. Um, but yeah, like before that, like it was very random. It wasn't a regular thing. It was a semi-regular thing, I guess, for maybe August / September ish. But then, like by the end of September, I was back on my shit. Like I was back on doing my normal thing. Back to the gym 3 days a week, not drinking all the time.
Max actually just brought up a good point, and I didn't even think about this because we were talking about that earlier. That there's a big part of psychology theory dedicated to intimacy in relation to like psychological health and development. We were talking about that MDMA.
Psilocybin, MDMA, yeah.
Yeah, so they've been using psilocybin and MDMA, obviously in small doses, microdosing, um, for a while now. But now it's really actually starting to take off because that's what MDMA was originally created for. Was a couples, like a couples medication to help with therapy. But they were like, oh, this is like a
It's
euphoric,
party drug,
yeah.
it's party drug.
So, but now
they have it dialed in.
yeah, because places like Oregon, where they're like, hey, you can have any
Oh, yeah,
drug
Oregon
you want,
allows
just a little bit.
psychedelics.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they
Not
allow
just
psychedelics. They allow everything.
everything. Heroin,
They allow
cocaine.
it, dude. Go to Oregon. You want to get fucked
It's
up?
crazy.
It's great.
I think that's crazy. That's yo. They have buildings that you can
As long
come
as it's
up.
a little bit, you're good.
They have buildings you can come up and just, you stand in line, walk
Just don't
inside.
be a distributor.
They'll be like, pipes or needles, and you're like, can I get both? And they're like, of course you can. And they'll give you fresh needles, and they'll give you a brand new fucking pipe. I'm dead serious. This is like a super lucrative business now. People in places like Oregon that are doing that, they'll go and open up a clinic where all they do is give out clean needles and give out new pipes, and then they get government funding for helping keep down epidemics amongst homeless and drug users. So basically they're like, hey, if we go open up a store where we can basically just give away pipes and needles, we'll get paid for it
That's great.
by the government.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean,
hey.
clean needles, woo. But
That's HIV, huh?
dude, I mean everything. Let's
Okay.
HIV, Hep C, because we have a cure for Hep C now.
That's true.
But they're homeless. They're not. Who's gonna?
They can't afford it.
Yeah,
They have
which
no
is terrible.
insurance. Yeah, no.
So-
not. Yeah, I get it.
So I mean, it is a good
But
service,
anyway.
but they're milking the government. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
But yeah, so that made me think the MDMA. I feel like that would be a super good
And it's something I'm gonna probably
facilitator.
try to start experimenting with
Yeah.
to see what it does for me in these next few weeks.
Make sure you get it from somebody you really truly trust, because everything's got fentanyl these days.
I already got some.
Oh, never mind. We problem solved.
But yeah, I just didn't think about the intimacy factor as much as I did after the fact,
Yeah. And
and it just made me feel like I was just robbed or deprived.
yeah.
It's like I know there shouldn't be a sense of entitlement, but at the same time, when it comes to sexual activity, I have a hard time trusting. So obviously, my usual go-to is go to the last person.
Yeah.
That's just how my brain is. I don't know. It's never been that way.
Go
Or
to
worked
what's
out that way.
most familiar.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Last. And I don't know. There was a piece of me that was like, maybe you should change your mind.
But see, I feel like that comes back to like the original point of that
But
people
again,
don't think about men having
in my clear head at all.
But that's what I'm saying is you
didn't
had
think it
too
was
much
that big of a deal.
investment in your self-worth into that, and nobody ever talks about that for men. So of course
At the
that's
same
not
time,
like
it
a way
makes
to
you feel
think
like
about it.
nothing when you're not getting, when you think about it.
Yeah, but
Like
then
actively.
yeah, but then if you start down that path, eventually you become
But
an incel.
That's what I mean. Like you just, like for those few days, I was stuck in that. Couldn't get out of it.
But this is a good come to Jesus moment. Since this situation happened and that you've gotten this realization that that's a possibility for you, you're already a better person and you can act accordingly and move accordingly for the rest of your life
That's how
to
I
change and
operate.
better yourself.
That's how I operate.
Yeah.
When I reach new territory, I learn from new territory. That's simply it. I can map it out from there. But if I've never been there, don't expect me to have a fucking map, asshole. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm discovering this shit too for the first time. Like, I never in my life have I ever done anything like that. And I was just like, to me, I was like, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
How did that even happen? Why did I think that was a good idea? Because logical me now, I'm like, motherfucker, you're insane.
Yeah, we're definitely partying in Oregon. Yeah, that's insane. I don't
I'm
know.
like, motherfucker, you're insane to think that's gonna work. Like, no, that's not gonna work. What are you doing? But I went through with it anyway, and I really didn't want to.
Yeah, because that other stuff it took over
But I didn't know what
to a
side to
degree.
listen to.
It forced you out of your frame
So
of
I
reference.
thought I should just let it happen anyway. And then exactly my worst nightmare.
And I feel like that goes back to what we were saying a little bit ago too, where we're the gut feeling, man. I mean, we human beings have instincts for a reason. It's it may be one of our lingering traits of being an animal or whatever, but it's not like it's completely non-existent. I mean, yeah, like being scared of the dark, that's like a whatever, because ancestors didn't have fire, blah blah blah, whatever. But I don't know. Your instincts are going to be there to protect you to some degree. And I don't know. I feel like that's just like I said earlier. It's you got neurons in your stomach. You have actual synapses and neurons just like a brain in your stomach. So those that when you get that feeling, it's like a subconscious thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not know what it is or why it is. If it's not telling you something specific, if you just get a bad feeling without anything direct, it's still it's still warning you. It's like, hey, I don't know exactly what's coming, but I'm warning you. And it's crazy that your body can do that without, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're like, hey, body, next time I'm about to do something or this is about to happen, give me a warning sign.
Alarmingly happened a lot.
People do that all the time.
And I just said, you're tripping. That's your paranoid set. You're being dumb. You're overthinking. But I just kept telling myself. Because that is naturally what I do, though. Like, all the reasons I gave myself are the things that I normally do have a problem with, and I didn't listen to it. And
Yeah. I feel like it's a sign.
then the worst things happen.
Yeah. But I feel like if you can actively catch yourself noticing that you're having to coerce yourself into thinking a specific way.
But you don't see it that way when you're in it. You see it as this is a small sacrifice for a bigger cause.
But well, that's what I'm saying. When you're actively in
And
the
then
moment,
when you're out of it, it's the one time you can step out of the box and look and see it's a fucking box and not a square.
you have the
And
ability
I
to do that
doing
while you're
that
in
though,
it.
but I don't know. I haven't been able to figure it out yet, man.
Literally, all you have to
I
do,
did it in my marriage without even realizing I was doing it.
literally all you have to do, Bill, is I know when you literally when you're in your feelings, you're starting to talk to somebody, whatever. You're in your feelings. Immediately, just think about this podcast, and then you're like, oh, am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, just that's all you have to do. Think about this podcast and the points we've made, and if you're like, oh shit, I'm doing that. Oh shit, I'm doing that. Even if you're still stuck in here, you know what I'm saying? Relating it to this video, you'll be like, oh shit, I'm doing it again. And you can help not do it again.
Yeah.
It's literally, you have to just like think
It's kind of what I've been burning into my head
Think-
with this whole experience now.
I always like to say, think about like
With
astral projection. Think. Go ahead.
with my ex,
Mm-hmm.
most recently, of course. That's what I've been burning into my head. Is you did this too fast, you did that too fast, and that's all I've been thinking about the last day and a half now. Is this is why you don't do that?
And that's good. That's being introspective, and you're learning and progressing and moving forward.
I know. This is how my life has been, but it's just like
Say, I'm
sometimes
30.
you have to relearn lessons because it's been a while since you had to face those lessons. And sometimes you don't always recognize it as the same lesson.
I know, but that's a lesson in its own right there.
It
That
is.
that you should learn to be able to try to be better at identifying those
But
situations.
that's
Those
just
times.
it, man. Like even in high school, I didn't date that many people.
I know, and I think that's part of the issue.
That is a part of the issue.
As soon as
I haven't had enough variety as far as dating goes. Like I think I need to get myself out there and just date, get myself through all the other shit.
I don't know, because
I don't know what to do at this point, man.
that's the thing.
I'm gonna-
Whenever you get into a relationship, you immediately you get blinders. You know what I'm saying? You start working of it. You just start pushing out or ignoring things that are warning signs.
100%. I do. No, it keeps happening. And it happened to me again. And I know it did.
But that's what I'm saying is if you get out there and try to just this happens every time. You're like, oh yeah, I'm just hooking up with her, and then boom, you're all in the fields. The same thing will most likely probably happen. You'll go out trying to date, and the first or second girl, there will be something that clicks something inside of you, and you get those blinders on, and then she's the most amazing girl, and you're blinded.
She's amazing right now.
And exactly, you're blinded and you're diving into it. And you're like, yeah, dude, I was just gonna date around, but she's like so amazing because you've done it before. You're like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. It's nothing serious. And then there's something clicks for you, and you immediately are like diving into the deep end.
I know.
But I mean, you're getting better at being able to identify it now, obviously.
But I can't keep waiting every 6 months to come to that conclusion because
You don't have to wait 6 months to come to that conclusion.
then I need to stop being so
I mean, yeah, you should definitely stop being picky.
damn picky. I am very picky.
But you use these lessons to move forward. You know what I'm saying? You don't just dwindle on them. You use it and apply it in the future. Because you know what I'm saying? A lot of it's working on you to where when that relationship happens, you don't immediately get sucked down that tunnel.
Yeah, I can't because then it's just going to set unrealistic expectations and it's just going to fuck me over in the end. I can't do that again. I just can't.
I know.
Mm-mm.
And I think
Nope.
I think you have to be ready with yourself before, you know what I'm saying, to prevent that from happening. Because you always have been
When I
a
say
burned
date,
bright.
I don't mean it with the intention of anything.
I know.
No intention.
I know, but
I'm dating you, and I don't care if we fuck. I don't care if we continue to date. I don't care about if I see you tomorrow.
I know, but that's what you always say. And like I said, there's going to be one
Yeah,
that
because
sucks
it's every
you in.
6 fucking months right now, man. Well, actually, no.
No. This is I'm saying
Just
since
this year.
I'm
It was
saying
6,
since as
7
long
months.
as I've known you, you've always been like that. I'm not just talking the past couple of years. You have always been like that since Veranda. That's a
I feel like I
callback.
was better with dating in high school than I am now.
Um,
Just because I didn't know what I was doing.
yeah, just to some degree, I would say so. But at the same
I
time,
wasn't that, like, I was into Veranda, and then I wasn't.
yeah,
And
but
that's why that relationship ended.
yeah, but how
Just
much
wasn't into her anymore.
how much you had invested into it? How many times you'd already been upset and cried over different things?
I hadn't cried over anything with Veranda. Veranda was like the cleanest relationship I ever had in high school. What do you mean?
There was
It
something.
was
I
all
don't.
the other girls that I never got with that
There
I
was-
had a fucking weird relationship with.
There was something. I can't remember what it was. It was after she acted weird when we went and hung out late at like a park.
No, I didn't cry over Veranda once.
Dude, I swear you did.
I swear on my life I didn't.
Okay.
I remember that relationship very vividly, and I remember it being very weird at a certain point.
Well, I mean, obviously your
Because
first
she
relationship
just
is always
made
gonna
me
be weird.
feel weird. There was something that happened between her and I, and it wasn't a big deal. Obviously, it was. I don't know what happened. I just remember all of a sudden I was turned off by Veranda, and I went to a party with Celeste. You remember Megan's older sister? Because I ended up being really good friends with Celeste. She brought me to a party for basic high school students, or Green Valley. I can't remember. I went to a party. Oh yeah, it was for basic students. And I met this girl that went to my school.
They're talking about catnip while we're talking about deep shit. That's what they said. They're like, for real, we're enjoying life, and they going through it for real, for real.
But
Welcome to the Men's Mental Health Podcast.
I ended up meeting this girl, Chelsea, at a party. And I was telling her about the shit that happened. I still don't even remember what the fuck had happened between Brandon and I, but obviously it was a big deal to me, and I don't even know what it was.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Anymore. Like, I don't remember. Like, I don't.
I know. But see,
But at the time, it was a big deal.
exactly.
It was.
And that's what all of these are. That's
And
what all of these are.
I told this girl Chelsea, and this girl Chelsea, I thought she was hot as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was hot as fuck. And she was into me, like hitting on me even. And I was like, and she was telling me, you need. She rode the same bus, that chick, as me and Veranda. Rode the same bus. That's how I knew her. And I just randomly met her at a party for basic high school students. And we both went to Coronado, same bus. And my plan was to get with her after Brandon and I broke up. I didn't have balls. Never asked her out. A couple months later, she ended up riding the bus home with this other dude that ended up being her boyfriend.
Damn.
But she acknowledged me every day, and I did. Because I was too afraid of doing it in front of Veranda. Because I was paranoid.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to cause a controversy on this bus. And then another part of me was like, but what if I go for it and she doesn't feel the same? Like, that was the other fear that I was dealing with. I was like, I don't know if that was actually her, like, hitting on me, or she was just, like, trying to comfort me. Like, I don't know. Like, I was so confused.
That's where all this started. These are our early experiences of this stuff. So all of our issues now, these are our first girlfriends, our first relationships.
Yeah.
So all the shit that we're
I
talking
knew I
about now,
liked Veranda.
they're the ones that started it.
I knew I liked Veranda. I just knew it wasn't like that. I was just like, this is fun, but it's crazy. There was something about her that I thought was crazy, I think. I don't know.
Imagine if one day she's on TV for like chopping off her husband's dick and throwing it out the window like that one chick.
I don't know, but I really turned her on when I was serious.
So she already had daddy issues that early?
Dude.
Ooh.
Straight up. There was no dad picture when I went to her house. So.
Daddy wasn't there. Take me to the fair.
And just so y'all know, I was like 260 pounds when I was dating that chick. And she was way out of my league.
I don't know if we've ever told... I'm pretty sure we've told you guys about him.
That chick was way out of my
not
league.
from
I don't
here.
even know
He
what
was
happened.
big.
I was very big. That bitch, dude, even like Veranda was out of my league for sure.
I couldn't even tell you what she looked like.
She had raccoon eyes.
I knew it. I was like the one thing I was like, I think she had raccoon eyes.
She had the heavy eye makeup. Yeah,
that's the one thing I
did.
could remember about her.
She had the very heavy eye makeup, like she was emo, but she really wasn't like emo. She just looked like it.
Am I remembering? Was she Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I remember she was something, but I can't remember what. Non-racist, of course. I'm just trying to, see what she was.
She was a very light-skinned Mexican girl, but she was fine as hell.
I've met some Mexican people from Mexico that'll have blonde hair and blue eyes, and my complexion.
I've met Mexicans with red hair, bro. Like
it's crazy. like you don't expect it.
Fucking ginger Mex. Like that's just weird, but it exists.
I know. You just don't expect it.
You don't. But anyway, yeah. I still wish I'd gotten with that Chelsea girl, man. She was something else. Anyway.
Well,
kick yourself in the ass for shit, you know?
Yeah.
But
I still say the same
at this point, I just know I have to start treating my dating life very differently. I have to at this point. It's not just like an optional thing. Like it's not like, oh, you want to do something nice? So do no. That guy needs to shut the fuck up until I improve or until I see enough to understand that effort's going to be put in.
Yeah.
I need to know that I'm going to be able to meet someone halfway and not meet someone halfway for a little bit and then just suddenly I have to pick up all the fucking pieces. I can't do that to myself again.
Make sure communication is always clear.
That's what I mean.
That the other person means what they're saying
and it's
not
like
holding on to stuff.
it's like if I'm fucking up on something, we talk about it. I apologize, or like whatever the situation is. You fuck up, I fuck up. I need to know that the effort's going to go both ways.
Yeah.
I need to know that if I securely, if I admit to what I did, or even you admit to what you did, like we're just going to work towards a solution. And you're not just going to hold on to it and just be mad about it, even though it's already been discussed.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't do that to myself anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If I have to discuss something,
Like,
I'm gonna discuss it until it's resolved. I'm not gonna discuss it and then still be unhappy. Be like, we're good.
I read body language, and I'm very intuitive with other people's feelings when they're around me. And the second I sense there's a change, I need to keep listening to that guy because that guy knows his shit.
Yeah,
that was the security me.
Your instinct.
That was the me that used to question my ex-wife of who are you talking to.
Yeah,
like, I could literally look at her while she looks at her phone, and I'd be like, "Who's messaging me?" And I just knew it was someone she probably wasn't supposed to be talking to. I just knew in that moment, and I stuck with it too.
A new name entered the ring, Miranda. These guys are going ham in the chat. I love it. I appreciate it, guys, for real. Even if you're not talking about what we're talking about, I love it. This is great. The people are here hanging out with us, so
Thanks,
I'm all about it, yeah.
Yeah, we're all about it.
Yeah, so obviously...
we love the company. We like attention.
We're attention whores. Obviously, we started a podcast.
Yeah, we like
Well, plus we also really want to shed light on like
penis.
men's mental health. Nobody ever talks about that or mentions it. Like the men, putting
no one ever
too much
talks
value
about
on sex.
the disparity of penis.
He means in his sex life. I'm just kidding. He's straight, I promise.
Ever since I got circumcised, I lost 2 inches.
Jesus Christ. Man, that would be like one of those fat people that go through like the super fat people that go through a crazy weight loss and they have like extra skin like a motherfucker. I bet you they could have some super foreskin.
The guys that need this gastro sleeve surgery and shit.
Or
dude.
No, usually they get it, and then afterwards, once they've lost all that weight, the skin is still the same skin from when they were super fat. So they got like Batman wings and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get sleeve surgery for that. Fix that.
I thought it was called, because gastro sleeve is the sleeve that they put into your stomach, but it's like
sleeve
a skin reduction.
and gastro, because it's every part of your body. It's not just your arms. It's your fucking. It's this part.
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
hips.
your whole body.
So they have to do what's called sleeve surgery, which is kind of like the old facelifts, but
Pull
like
you
for
back,
your body.
snip it.
Basically, they just cut off the extra skin and sew it tight. It's wild. But anyway.
Nice. We're making our friends are making friends and playing Halo together.
That's cool.
I haven't played Halo in so long. I haven't played since Reach.
I haven't played any video games in a very long time.
I play Apex all the time.
Last game I played, God of War.
Oh, I love God of War.
The most recent one, of course, Ragnarok.
But which one? Because there's two.
Ragnarok.
So the second part.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought the first one was also Ragnarok. I thought they were both
It was
Ragnarok.
the introduction of Ragnarok. Like the ending of it was Thanos and his son, and Thor shows up, or Odin shows up, and then the latest video game starts with Odin meeting with Thanos, discussing things. That's the one that I played last.
Yeah, I haven't played that one. I played the first one where he fights Balder and Thor's sons. Where he kills Thor's sons and fights Balder in the first one. With
That would be the last one.
Mm-mm.
The one before the newest.
Yeah, the one before the newest. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one.
That's why I said the last, or the one before. Yeah. No.
Well, because they all go in different trilogies. Well, they're like going in like different areas. You know what I mean? Like the original God of War. That's where his family dies. The ash. It's like ash and blood, and he actually has to go kill.
Well, they
Ares.
touch up. Oh, they touch up on that, bro.
I know they
go all over it.
Whenever they first discover him in the first game, spoilers in case you guys haven't played.
Bro, it's so good.
When they show up and they're like,
"Hello, God of War."
I love the turtle for Freya's house.
Yeah, right.
It'd be cool to have a house turtle.
But anyway.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys coming out and joining our men's mental health podcast as we just talk shit for a while. And as you can tell, it's the shit show. 'Cause it's not like we have anything to get, really
A lot to get
together. We're just all over the place, and we're a shit show. But we're here to have fun, spend some time with some people. If we can talk about mental health and help people, more power to it.
Yeah, sometimes hearing other people's shit helps.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta self-realize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they were saying,
you have to confront your own truths that you're not willing to confront. Because sometimes you point blame at others because you don't want to see what you're doing.
Which is, dude, a lot of people do that. Because very few people are, capable of introspection. A lot of people do that.
I know. I'm a victim of it.
Or a perpetrator?
Nope. Nope.
Just kidding. But
no, I still 100% feel like that could have been just a regular talk. And it was at first. I didn't have to be put out like that.
I when you when you mess up and people are like, "Hey, just drop it, just leave it be."
Doesn't.
No, it does. If you poke the bear,
I wasn't trying to poke any bear.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Because it's not like even if you don't know that we're telling you not to do it because there's a bear, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to know the reasons to know that we're like, "Hey, just stop, leave it." Type, you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you became the guy who has been told no twice, it you know what I'm saying? Like that it was like a
I
that's all she
wasn't the guy
wrote.
that had to be told no twice. I think you're just viewing it very differently than I am.
If she told you no to being friends with benefits, and then you a week later asked Sarah to see if she'd be open to it, you've already been told no, and you're trying to see if it's still, basically, even if you're not asking it, you're having her do it. She's checking for you a second time after you've already been told no.
So people don't change their minds ever? Is what you're saying? Never?
Not in a week, no.
You never know, dude.
Um,
And at the time, that was the logic that I had.
well, did I not tell you that she had already gone on a date before you had done any of that? She'd already gone on a date with that guy and took Sarah out to dinner. Like she'd moved on, and I had told you so, but you still did it.
Sarah out did it.
No, she took Sarah with him because she didn't really know the guy. So.
Oh.
But that's what I'm saying. Is I told you she had went out to eat with somebody that day after. So why still, you know what I mean? You gotta. It's the listening thing. It's the blinders.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, we appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you for joining. This is the Shit Show, and we will see ya next week.